welcome to Thursday Night Live. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight because it is going to be a great last Thursday night worship of this semester. But before we jump into tonight, I just wanted to say, I hope you guys are surviving as you are trying to finish strong with this semester, knocking out the finals coming up this week and your last assignments. We believe in you and we miss you guys so much here in Blacksburg. Before we jump into what we're going to do tonight, we wanted to share with you guys a couple of our favorite and most awkward moments as we filmed for this past weekend's banquet. So check out these fantastic bloopers.
Do you want to dance?
Let's dance.
Yes!
There's promotional videos like this one. Dang it. Financially or prayerfully support this mission already here at CCBT. Whether you, let me do it again.
That's all! At
You're recording. I feel like it's pretty even across the door frame there.
This is artistic.
Can I send my
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell them about the giving thing.
Oh yeah, so for the next 7 weeks, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our students.
7 weeks? What? This isn't Caleb, man.
Oh
Gosh,
my
Caleb?
God.
Yeah, Caleb is. Like,
Yeah.
what did you say about Caleb's fun drive?
Well, you know, if they made that much money, they could really have better songs.
That's so true. It's like,
Yeah, it's bad.
annoying.
Yeah.
CCBT's platform, whether physically or digitally, inviting, and dang it! Oh.
So like, I'm Abby Ketchum, and I do anything that looks beautiful here is because of me. These hands, okay, working magic. It's like God gifted these hands with superpowers. Seriously, I'm great. This is the total opposite of what you would actually say.
Hi, I'm Brandon, not Brandon.
Keep going.
I'm Mike Stoller, and I'm going to talk to you about Between the Trees. There's a tree here at the beginning, and there's a tree here at the end.
It's basically the whole thing right there. Pretty much. It's my moneymaker.
What if we're just constantly cycling?
Okay, what's your name? ER. And my birth date is 1/24/79. And what I want to be is an Instagram model. I want to be famous and beautiful and sexy.
Describe your ideal date.
April 25th, because it's not too hot and not too cold. Hey CCBT family, we want to thank those who were able to tune in to Banquet on Sunday night, and maybe one day after this thing's over, we could get a cup of coffee. Anyway, that was weird. Did you really record that?
Hi, my name is Corbin Hawk, and I am a junior in mechanical engineering. I started coming. This is hard.
Awesome. I hope that those were as awkward and entertaining for you guys watching them as it was for us to film them. So today is reading day, and what normally would happen on a reading day in a non-COVID-19 world would be that a big group of CCBT people would head to the home place and share a meal together and hang out at the home place and come back for the last Thursday night worship of the semester. So we can all cry together. Hope you guys have eaten well today. But what happens on reading day, the last worship, is we usually have what we call Take 5 night, which is kind of like a personal testimony night. Really, the whole idea is we kind of open up the floor of the front of the room here at CCVT, and we just let whoever take 5 minutes or less and share a word of encouragement, something that God's been teaching them, or maybe just a part of their story, anything they want for 5 minutes or less. And it is always one of my favorite nights of the year. And so this reading day, since we're all apart, we are going to embrace a digital Take 5 night. And really we wanted this specific night to be for our seniors. And so we reached out to some of our seniors this week and asked if they'd like to share for 5 minutes or less, just a word of encouragement or whatever they would like with the rest of you guys. And we got some responses back. So you're going to hear from some of our seniors tonight. You're going to hear maybe from a few other people, maybe from a few of the staff. And we're just going to embrace digital Take 5 night. And it is going to be awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our first speaker.
Hello, beautiful people of CCVT. My name is Jana, and I am almost an alumna of Virginia Tech, which is crazy to think about here in the next couple weeks. I was supposed to speak during our mental health series at the beginning of April, but obviously that could not happen because of our pandemic year, which deeply saddens me that we can't be together for this Take 5 simulation at the CCVT house on a Thursday night with dinner in hand. But I'm looking forward to coming back in the fall to hopefully be giving that speech and to be in person presenting to all of you. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk a little bit about how CCVT has helped me in the past few months for the better, as someone who is about to leave it and move on. But I guess it kind of all started when I kind of found CCVT at a time in my life when I was experiencing or walking through a season of loss and rejection and a myriad of other feelings at the time. I continue to walk through that journey today and most likely for the rest of my life. So it wasn't until my good friend Steven Olson had encouraged me and one of my other friends to come on a Thursday night for dinner. And at first I was a little hesitant and just was unsure of whether to go. I didn't know anyone and didn't really know if I could commit the time and what it would be about and whatnot. But I went anyway, and I walked through the door that read "You belong here." So I figured, what could go wrong? And I just remember thinking, I remember Mike saying at some point during the service, like, "We love you, we're here for you, we're happy that you're here," and I just felt very welcome and that I belong to something, which I remember feeling it was a very special thing that a community like that can make a person feel. So I remember that sticking out in my mind. And I guess since then, I can't really begin to explain how this place and the people inside it have facilitated my growth, both spiritually and personally and just in life, and the people that it's brought me to. It's hard to think about, had I never walked through that door on September 5th on a Thursday night, how much more empty my life would be without these people that I found, and I look forward to having lifelong connections with most of them. So that's something very special. And I guess it kind of made me realize that God truly, He will lead you, whatever you're going through. I believe that in some way He led me to CCVT in a very convoluted way, but it's just something that I'm truly grateful for. I'm truly forever grateful for having a friend that reached out to me and asked me to do that, and has led me to this community of amazing people and just amazing growth and a community of individuals that is just very special. So I wanted to make this video to encourage everyone to be the light in someone else's life, to be the Steve Olsen in someone else's life, whether you know that they're going through something or not, or whether you think they need to come or not. I encourage you to just extend that invitation anyway, because you just never know what it could be in someone else's life, whether they need a Mike Stoller or not. I think it would only help someone in help them grow in ways that they didn't even know that they could or needed to. So I just wanted that to be my message, and just in the meantime, I hope everyone is staying healthy and happy and as best as they can, and I wish everyone the best of luck on finals and finishing out the semester, and I look forward to hopefully seeing everyone very soon.
Hey there, CCVT. I miss you all very much. I wish we could be celebrating together instead of videoing this out to you all, but I just wanted to say thank you for a great 4 years, for being a family away from home. I'm glad that we got to have quite a few happy times, and that you all were there during the harder times. I look forward to seeing you all again when it is safe. I will definitely be back next fall for football, and I expect to see all of you then. Until then, stay safe. I miss you, and bye-bye.
Hey Hokies, it's your favorite Nene here. CCVT has been the best thing to happen to me during my time at Virginia Tech. I will be forever grateful to God who led me to CCVT through Kelly Holland, who used to be my old roommate. I'll never forget how warm and welcoming Mike and Morgan were to me when I first got to CCVT. It was just the two of them. It has grown so much since then, which has been wonderful to witness and be a part of. Thursday night worships are my favorite by far because my college schedule is crazy every week and every day with everything I have to do with tennis and academics. I always look forward to Thursday night worship because that is my time with Jesus, and I get to worship him through the beautiful songs that the worship band sings. I always enjoy the sermons, whether they are given by Mike, Morgan, Abby, or Brandon. The messages are always fantastic and they resonate with me. The CCVT staff will always be there for you and they genuinely care for you. So my advice is to utilize the staff, whether that looks like confiding in them about something, having Bible studies, or just developing relationships with them, and you're going to want to because they are some of the best people I've ever met in my life. The people at CCVT are high quality, lovely people. I love each and every one of you. I would also advise to put time aside every day for God. CCVT offers multiple Bible study groups every day of the week, and we go to church every Sunday to Belmont, which is an awesome place. So there are multiple opportunities to get together with people if you prefer, or you can have your alone time with God, and that's awesome also. Whatever floats your boat is what I always say. I am excited to say I'm coming back to Tech for another year to play tennis and get a master's. So that's going to be exciting. Good luck on finals, Hokies, and I will see you guys again soon.
Hey CCVT, happy last worship of the semester. You're so close to finishing. Praying that it all wraps up well for you and that you are just able to rest some. Thank you to all of you. I can't believe we're here, but I'm so thankful. I would not be the person that I am without so many of you. The way that you have affected my life. It's such a joy to know all of you and to get to love you and to be part of your lives. Thank you for diving into the Word with me. Thank you for worshiping with me. Thank you for listening to a million different teaching lessons and staying up with me or getting Starbucks or whatever it was. Thank you for just being there and loving me. If I could say one thing, or a few things. I would say that I hope you know that the Lord is near in every season. He's good and he is worthy of being praised. I hope that you, in this next year and in the years to follow, can just be kinder to yourself. I hope that you can forgive more and love more, and that you walk so sure of the fact that God loves you and he has an amazing plan for you. I'm so glad to be part of your life. I can't wait to see what all of you do and what you accomplish, because your story is important and it matters. And it would not be me if I did not share a quote from my favorite book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charles Mackesy. Sometimes I feel lost, said the boy. Me too, said the mole. But we love you, and love brings you home. I think everyone is just trying to get home, said the mole. I love you. Thank you for being my home. I'll miss you guys, but I'm not too far away. I'm here if you need me. I'm praying for you, and I can't wait to see how God uses this ministry next year.
Hey guys, it's Brittany. I'm a senior, and I just wanted to leave you guys with some encouragement as we close out the school year and kind of tell you part of my story and how I got involved with CCVT. So as a freshman, I came in with a couple friends from high school. One of them had talked to their youth minister and had gotten a recommendation to check CCVT out, so we did. We came and carpooled to church a couple Sundays. That friend ended up making other commitments, and so I was kind of left with this decision to make for myself. I decided to keep coming, and then that was a area of my life I wanted to make a priority. So eventually I came to my first Thursday night. I was sitting in the living room having dinner, surrounded by people. I was kind of an introvert, didn't really know what to do. But I remember a senior came and sat across the table from me, and I honestly thought it was going to be painful small talk. But it actually ended up being a really cool conversation, and I'm so glad that it happened. I remember the rest of that year, the upperclassmen were so inviting and welcoming to me. Not only did they sit down and have conversations with me, but they invited me to go do things with them. And so that was really awesome, and I felt like I had made good friends like that. At the end of the school year, I did cut ties with some of my old friends that I just felt like needed to happen. So that summer was really a reset button for me. And I remember in the middle of the summer, I texted Mike and I was like, I want to get more involved. How do I do that? And I came back in the fall and I just started discipleship with Morgan and got more involved with service projects. And this senior year, I started setting up service projects with the service team and started discipling a student myself. And that's just been really awesome. So that being said, I wanted to leave you guys with a couple of encouragements as we move into the summer and next school year and beyond. So first of all, I want to encourage you guys to invite people into your circle. As I said before, this is kind of how I got involved with CCVT. So I really want to encourage you to talk to underclassmen and new faces that may show up on Thursday nights or at whatever event, really. Just start by having a conversation, get to know them, follow up with them, and something that I think would be really awesome is if you invited them to come do something with you and your friends. So, like I said, maybe go get lunch after church somewhere, or invite them to come play games after Thursday night. Something really simple. I know that has been a lot of people's story that I know that are in CCVT. Just that initial invitation outside of CCVT events was great for them. Another thing I want to encourage you guys in is just inviting people to CCVT in general. You know, play up the free food card. Invite them to a social event maybe. Use your discernment to decide what to invite them to. But I also want to say, don't be discouraged if they say no, or if they come and they don't come back, because it's okay. You gotta look at it as you're most likely not gonna see results with every single person you invite. But you never know if you were the person planting the seed that someone else may come along later and kind of water it and encourage that person more, and that may lead to something down the road. The next thing is just spend time in the Word. And I know that's easier said than done, but while we're in this lovely quarantine, I think we have a lot of control over our schedules, and I really encourage you to make quiet time and a rhythm a priority in your day, in your week, however you want to make that. If you're looking for something to go through, I highly recommend Genesis. I've been doing that this semester, and it's been so foundational, and there are a lot of stories in there that I did not know existed, and it's pretty cool. Another thing that I want to encourage you guys in is just spend time with God. And you might say, well, you just said spend time in the Word. And I think a lot of people, when they think of spending time with God, they do think of reading the Bible or worshiping or praying. And while all those things are good and they may apply to you, there are a lot of other ways that you may associate spending time with God. And for some of y'all, that might be going for a run. That's not for me. For some of you guys, it may be sitting down and being quiet and just doing something artsy. That's something that I enjoy, and I also love going on hikes. I kind of thought about this idea as I had listened to a podcast. So I really want to pose you with the same question that they said in the podcast, and that question is, what makes you feel the presence of God the most? And I want you to think about that question and try to incorporate those things into your life more. And the last thing is, for my seniors and just really everyone, once they get to the point where they're done with college, is I want to encourage you guys to keep growing in your faith. When we're at college, we don't have people dragging us to church on Sundays. We kind of made this decision for ourselves to continue our faith or even to start our faith. So I really encourage you, once you graduate, to get plugged in with the church, find a group of people that you can trust, and be that person for other people, and continue making those choices to grow closer with God. It really would be a shame if we looked back decades from now and saw that the closest we ever, or the farthest we ever were on our walk, was in college. And so I really encourage you to keep making that a priority in your career and as you go on through life. Lastly, I just want to say thank you to the staff, and really for all of you guys for making CCVT what it is. So good luck with finals.
Hey CCVT, it's Caroline. I'm an alumni of Virginia Tech. I graduated in the fall of 2019, and I'm just going to share Dr. Seuss quote. Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets, so love the people who treat you right, forgive those who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get the chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it would be easy, they just promised it would be worth it. Dr. Seuss. So, I hope everyone has a great night, and sometimes take baths during worship. It's really relaxing, and don't stay on TikTok too long because it's addicting. But I hope everyone's doing great, and there's an end to this one day.
Hi CCVT, I miss you guys, and I hope you're all staying safe and healthy during this crazy time. I just wanted to take a minute to share a little bit of my testimony and just some encouragement and advice to you guys. And a lot of you probably heard this story before, one of the hardest things for me starting out at Virginia Tech was finding my family, finding a group of people where I could be myself, I could fit in, just really finding my home away from home at Tech. And thankfully, CCVT was that place for me. I can very, very clearly remember coming in move-in day and just crying my eyes out, wanting to come home. My anxiety was like here, and it was really bad. And had I not found CCVT, had I not turned to God during that time, my Virginia Tech years would have looked very different if they had even happened at all. So just one of the pieces of advice I wanted to share with you guys was just to trust that you're where God wants you to be, and trust that He has placed you where He wants you for a reason. He put me at Tech to do kingdom work on campus, to lead Bible studies, to go out of my comfort zone, to do all kinds of things that I never expected that I would do in a million years, because I am very much an introvert. So that's just one thing I would encourage you. And one of the verses I wanted to share with you guys was Philippians 4:6, and it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." So I prayed a lot my first semester, and I think that's really important, especially when you're just coming to college and you're trying to find out where you fit in. One of the most important prayers I think I prayed was, just praying that God would put me where He wanted me, and that this would get better. And even now, I think it's relevant to the time we're in. I mean, yes, it's very stressful and there's a lot of anxiety, but God has used not only my years at Virginia Tech, but this time during the pandemic, during quarantine, He's used it for good. I have gotten deeper into my Bible. I have prayed more. I have spent more time with my family, quality time, too much quality time sometimes. But He has a plan, and you are where you need to be. So trust that, pray for that. I love you guys. I hope you're all staying safe. See you soon.
Hi everybody, it's Elizabeth. I just thought I would come on here real fast and quickly give a word of encouragement to all those seniors that are graduating. And if any of you guys truly know me, you know that I'm a woman that loves to talk and normally can't shut up. But when Mike told me to come up with some words of encouragement for seniors, I literally just didn't know what to say or what to do. So naturally, I FaceTimed like 10 people, and obviously I didn't even remember what I was supposed to FaceTime them about. But what I did realize is that something the good old wise Kathy Sweeney told me. And first of all, the words of encouragement I want to say to all the seniors is congratulations, guys, we did it. My mom always says that even with all of this, graduating and a graduation ceremony, walking across the stage, does not define you. Granted, it is nice, but that doesn't take away the fact that we've worked hard and got a diploma and worked all these years for where we are now. And that there will be times where we can come back and potentially walk across those stages and just build those connections. But my mom always was like, remember those little things that got you to graduation. Those office hours, those nights at CCVT, the beginning freshman year cookout trips after Thursday night worship. Those are some memories, guys. But one thing I kind of want to say to you guys is coming from Jeremiah 29:11. It's a very basic, classic scripture, and it is, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." And I just wanted to let everybody know, not only the seniors, but everybody in CCVT, that there is a future that is planned for you, whether it be already mapped out, whether you're going to grad school like some of us, or if you're going into the workforce, whether you have a job opportunity or not. It's just, still, I don't know really what to tell you guys, but everything will work out. And I feel like a lot of us don't realize that during this time, because they're always like, what am I supposed to do? I wish that I was with people and I could like touch them, or, you know, just be with them for worship, or just in general and have those communications and connections with others. But there will be a time where we can all get back together again, and it will be great. And then I think then we will truly cherish everything that we've had. But I just want to let everybody from CCVT that I love you guys and thank you for everything that you've done to me. And I wanted to apologize to Mike, because fun fact, when I first met Mike, it was a move-in day. And I was hot and I was aggravated, and I was trying to get to my dorm room because I never met my roommates before or talked to them, and I wanted a specific side of the room. And I was so rude, in my opinion, to Mike, and he was just like typical Mike, going about his business and just trying to help. And he helped, and he did not hesitate. And this was before I really knew what CCVT was about, or even what CCVT was. And he was just so nice and genuine. And then I came to CCVT, and that first night I met Haley Ramsey, another senior. He just so happens to be from Bland, and it was like a rival of mine, and I never really like talked to her. And then I remember the whole gang, like Walker and what I deem the OG CCVT people, and all those people and all the new people that are younger than me that I've met. From the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. Guys, it's been a journey.
Hey CCVT family. Wow, so cool to hear from a few of the seniors and just have them speak into your life. And thank you just for encouraging the underclassmen that are continuing at Virginia Tech and at CCVT. Seniors, we are so thankful for you. We love you. Whether you just started coming this year, or you've been here all 4 years, or however long, it doesn't matter. You are our family. You are our community, and we love you, and we are going to miss you. These are bittersweet days. Having to do this last worship online, and you guys going into graduation online, and it just feels different this year. But we want you to know, seniors, that we love you and we appreciate you, and you are always a part of this family. That will never stop and never change. And so we are thankful for you, and we just want you to know that, and we love you. Appreciate you sharing with us tonight. And for those underclassmen, the ones coming back, we are so thankful for you too, and we love you very much. And we can't wait for you to be back in the fall, or maybe some of you are coming back in the summer. We can't wait till we can be together face to face again and just be in Bible studies together and one-on-one meetings to talk about what it means to follow Jesus, and to come together for dinner and worship on a Thursday night. We can't wait for those days, and we are praying for those days to come. But what we don't want to lose sight of is that there's a desire God has for us in these moments. The will of God for our lives still stands, and the mission of CCVT still needs to be lived out in each of you. Whether you're a senior and you're moving on, you continue to live out this mission, because it's a mission from Jesus. That we would love God and love others in everything we do. That we would lead other people to the grace and truth of Jesus. We would lead people closer to Jesus, not away from him. And that we would raise one another up and encourage one another to live as kingdom workers in the community of Virginia Tech and Blacksburg and Christiansburg and the NRV and the state of Virginia and to the rest of the world. Seniors, we don't look at you as graduating and that's it. We look at you as being sent out as missionaries, as kingdom workers all over this country. So you can continue to follow Jesus and love him and love others.
Those who are coming back, you're returning to live as kingdom workers on the campus of Virginia Tech and the surrounding community. But right now, you are in the place you are, and the moment you're at, to love God and love others right where you are. The mission doesn't stop because you're home. The mission doesn't stop when you come back. The mission doesn't continue when we get to a certain place or a certain time. No, your mission continues throughout this. And we want to encourage you to just simply love God and love others each day. And really, I've been encouraged by some of the Psalms recently, and I just want to read a few Psalms to you to encourage you tonight. In Psalm 89, it says this, the writer says, his name's Ethan the Ezrahite. Ezrahite, I think. I don't know. You guys don't know. I don't know. No one knows how to pronounce this stuff. Just say it with confidence. It's written by Ezra, the Ezrahite. So he says this, I will sing of the steadfast love of the Lord forever. With my mouth I will make known your faithfulness to all generations. Steadfast love will be built up forever in the heavens. You will establish your faithfulness, O God. He says, I've made a covenant with my chosen one. He says, let the heavens praise your wonders, O Lord, your faithfulness in the assembly of the holy ones. For who in the skies can be compared to the Lord? Who among the heavenly beings is like the Lord? Creation praises the Lord naturally, and God is unlike anything else. And the cool thing is we're created in his image. And he says, I'm going to sing of the steadfast love of the Lord forever. That the love of the Lord never stops. It never slows down. It never is gone. He loves you always. And he says, the writer says, with my mouth, I'm going to make known the faithfulness of the Lord to all generations. I'm going to make known his steadfast love. That's what we're called to do as his followers. When he describes the throne of God, he says this. In Psalm 89:14, he says, righteousness and justice are the foundation of your throne. Steadfast love and faithfulness go before you. That we would live to love God. We would live to make justice come to this earth. And that we would live in the steadfast love and the faithfulness of God. Those are things that we get to have as we follow Jesus. And later on in this psalm, in verse 28, it says, God says, my steadfast love I will keep for him forever, and my covenant will stand firm for him. God doesn't make a covenant or a promise with us and then deny it. His steadfast love continues forever. And then I love in Psalm 90, it says, Lord, you've been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth or ever formed, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Our dwelling place is with God in all generations. He is our dwelling. And then later in Psalm 91, it says, he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High God will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. He will cover you with his wings. Under his wings you will find refuge, the Bible says. And then he goes on. And he calls God his refuge, his dwelling place again. And so then he ends with this in Psalm 91, 14 through 16. Because he holds fast to me in love, I will deliver him. I will protect him because he knows my name. When he calls to me, I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will rescue him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. These are words like the steadfast love of Jesus. He's our dwelling place. He's our refuge. He's our shelter. He's our fortress. He keeps us safe from. Fill in the blank. He's a fortress. God is a fortress for us. He is not susceptible to outside influence or disturbance. He stands mighty, and we can find our refuge and our fortress and our shelter in him. He is faithful to us. He is our dwelling place. We are the residence he has moved into, and he is the residence we have moved into. He's like the best roommate ever. And we get to have our dwelling place with him even now. And we will have that for eternity. And so my prayer for all of you is this, that you would remain in the steadfast love of the Lord. That you would see that love and then you would just give that to others in real ways. Pray and ask the Holy Spirit, what can I do to show your love where I am this summer? And I am praying for the day that we'll be able to drive to your area and all get together and have lunch or breakfast or dinner and laugh and talk about stories and sometimes talk about, man, quarantine sucked sometimes. But this is what I learned. This is what God did. This is what God showed me. This is what God used me to do in other lives. And so I pray you'll take that with you. Seniors, we will always be thankful for what you brought to this mission and this ministry, the love that you brought, the foundation that you laid for these underclassmen to come and step upon and continue to grow this mission and this ministry. Underclassmen, get ready. Get ready to come back and love Jesus and grow in him and serve him. But don't lose sight of the fact that God wants you to do that right now where you are. We love you. We miss you. We can't wait to be together again. But until then, we're praying for you guys. And we'll talk to you soon. Love y'all.